Good morning, students. Today we are going to discussing chapter 5 lines and angles. In this video, we are discussing some questions based on vertically opposite angle, supplementary angles, complementary angles and so on. Let's start with question number 7. This figure is given to you and you have to find obtuse vertically opposite angles. Obtuse means angles whose measure are greater than 90 degree. Vertically opposite angle means two lines. When two lines cross each other, they form angles vertically opposite to each other. In this figure, you have to find vertically opposite angle whose measurements are greater than 90 degree. In this figure, these two lines cross each other. It is vertically opposite angles and this angle is greater than 90 degree as we show. As we know, this is 90 degree and this angle is greater than 90 degree. Greater than 90 degree means obtuse angle. Vertically opposite angle, this angle and this angle are vertically opposite angle whose measurement are greater than 90 degree. So vertically opposite angles, obtuse vertically opposite angles are angle AOD and angle BOC. As well as in this figure, angle AOB and angle COD are also vertically opposite angles, but these angles are acute angle as these measurements are less than 90 degree. So we are not considering these angles. We consider only obtuse vertically opposite angles, which are angle AOD and angle BOC. Second part, you have to find out adjacent complementary angles. Complementary angles means whose sum are 90 degree. Adjacent angles, that means have same vertex, common arm and non-common arms are on the opposite sides. So adjacent complementary angles you have to find out in this figure. What are the adjacent complementary angles? This is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. 90 degree means complementary angles. Complementary angles whose sum are 90 degree. In this figure, angle AOB and angle AOE. In this figure, angle AOB and angle AOE. These two angles are adjacent angles as they have common vertex O. They have common vertex O. They have common arm OA. Non-common arms are on the opposite sides of the common arm and the sum of these two angles are 90 degree. So we can say angle AOB and angle AOE are adjacent complementary angles. These two angles are adjacent as well as sum of these two angles are 90 degree. In next part, you have to find out equal supplementary angles. Equal supplementary angles. Supplementary angles means whose sum are 180 degree. Equal supplementary angles means sum of angles is 180 degree and supplementary angles are equal. In this figure, angle BOE and angle EOD. BOE and EOD. These two angles are supplementary as the sum of these two angles are 90 plus 90, 180 degree. Sum of these two angles are 180 degree and the measurement of these two angles are equal 90 and 90. So we can say equal supplementary angles. Angles EOB, EOD and angle BOE. EOD and angle BOE are equal supplementary angles. Let's come to next question. In this figure, you have to find out the values of x, y and z. Here x, y, z are unknown variables and you have to find out the values of x, y, z. In this figure, it is clearly visible this and this angle are vertically opposite angle. When two lines cross each other, angle this one is angle x is vertically opposite angles. In this figure, 55 degree is equals to angle x, vertically opposite angles. When two lines cross each other, angle opposite to each other are always equal and these angles are known as vertically opposite angles. So what is the value of x? What is the value of x? 55 degree. Now we have to find the values of y and values of z. Now it is a straight line. It is a straight line. Angles on a straight line forms a linear pair. We know that sum of linear pair is 180 degree. Now angle x plus angle y forms a straight line, means these two angles forms a linear pair and we know that sum of linear pair angle is 180 degree. You have to mention reason linear pair. In this equation, we know the value of x, so we can find the value of another variable y. Put the value of x in this equation, 55 degree plus y, that is equals to 180 degree. Now, y is equals to 180 degree minus 55 degree. When 55 comes to right hand side, it becomes negative. So, what is the value of x? 180 minus 55 is 125. What is the value of 1y? 125 degree. Now in this figure, angle y and angle z are vertically opposite angles and vertically opposite angles are always equal. Now angle y is equals to angle z. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. We know the value of phi. What is the value of phi? 125 degree. Now we can find the value of z. Z is 125 degree. Now z is 125 degree. What is the value of x? 55 degree. In this way you can solve questions based on vertically opposite angles. Let's move to next question. In this question, a figure is given to you and you have to find out the values of x, y and z. In this figure, it is a straight line. It is a straight line. Angles on a straight line are 40 degree, x degree and 25 degree. We know that angles on a straight line, sum of the angles on a straight line is 180 degree. So, 40 degree plus x degree plus 25 degree, sum of all these angles is 180 degree as angles on a straight line. Angles formed on a straight line give sum is equals to 180 degree. Now we can find the value of x. 40 plus 25 is 65 degree plus x degree, that is equals to 180 degree. 65 degree moves to right hand side, it becomes negative. 180 degree minus 65 degree. 180 degree minus 65 degree is 115 degree. Now what is the value of x? 115 degree. In this figure, we know that this is a straight line and the angle y and angle z. These two angles form a straight line. So, sum of these two angles are 180 degree. The angle forms a linear pair angles. So, angle y plus angle z, that is equals to 180 degree. Angle 40 degree and angle z degree. These two angles are equal as these two angles are vertically opposite angles. Now angle Z is equals to 40 degree, as these two angles are vertically opposite angles. Two lines cross each other's angles 40 degree and angle Z are vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are always equal. So what is the value of Z? 40 degree. Vertically opposite angles. Now put the value of Z in this equation number 1. Y plus 40 degree is equals to 180 degree. Y is equals to 180 degree minus 40 degree, that is equals to 140 degree. In this way we can find the variables. Y 140 degree, Z is 40 degree, and what is the value of X is 115 degree. Now X 115 degree, what is the value of Y? 140 degree, and what is the value of Z? 40 degree. Let's move to the next question. In this question, in the adjoining figure, you have to find the value of P. In this figure, AB is a straight line and angles on a straight line form 180 degree. We know that sum of angles on a straight line is equals to 180 degree. So, angle P plus 50 degree plus 40 degree is equals to 180 degree, as these angles forms on a straight line. P plus 50 degree plus 40 degree is equals to 180 degree angles on a straight line. P plus P is 2P plus 50 plus 40 is 90 degree, which is equals to 180 degree. 2P is equals to 180 degree minus 90 degree. 180 degree minus 90 degree is 90 degree. Here 2 is a multiplier. So P is equals to 90 degree divided by 2. It cancel out 45 degree. Now what is the value of P? 45 degree. Let's discuss some few points related to pairs of lines. First one is intersecting lines. Intersecting lines, two lines in a plane having a point in common are called intersecting lines, and the common point is called the point of intersection. Suppose these two lines intersect each other at a point P, then this point is known as point of intersection, and these two lines are known as intersecting lines. If these two lines intersect at 90 degree, then these two lines are known as perpendicular lines. Next one is parallel lines. If two lines of a plane are not intersecting, then these lines are known as parallel lines. Suppose this line is parallel to this line. Here L is parallel to M. These two lines are not intersect each other. So these are known as parallel lines. Third concept is transversal line. What do you mean by transversal? A line that intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. A line, suppose two lines are given to you and these two lines are parallel to each other. We have another line, suppose this is a P line. If this line intersects these two lines at distinct points, suppose it cuts at P1 and it cuts M line at P2. These 2 points are distinct, so this line is known as transversal. A line that intersects two or more lines at distinct points are known as transversal. Suppose these two lines are given to you, L, and this line is M, and this line is P, transversal. This transversal line intersects L line and M line at only one point. So this line is not are transversal. What is the condition of transversal? It should intersect at distinct points. Let's move to next concept, corresponding angles and interior angles, alternate interior angles. Suppose these two lines are given to you, L line and M line. This is the transversal. Suppose this line is called P line. Then what do you mean by interior angles? Interior angles means angles formed inside. Angles formed inside are known as interior angles. Suppose this angle is angle 1, 2, 3 and 4. These angles are formed inside of these two parallel lines. So these angles are interior angles. Now exterior angles. Exterior angles means angles formed outside of the parallel lines. Suppose it is angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now angle 1, angle 2. These two angles are outside of the line. Angle 7 and angle 8. These two angles are outside of this line. So these angles are known as exterior angles. Exterior angles, angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8. Interior angles, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. Next is pair of corresponding angles. Corresponding angles lie on the same side of transversal. Suppose it is a transversal line. Corresponding angles lie on the same side, either on this side or either on this side. And they are in corresponding position. Suppose one angle is formed. These two lines are parallel to each other and this is a transversal line. This angle is made upper side of this parallel line. So another angle also made upper side of this another parallel line. So these two angles are known as corresponding angles. Corresponding angles form on the same side, either on this side or this side. These are known as corresponding angles. Same if another angle is formed in this side, upper part of this side, and the another angle upper part of another parallel line. So angle 3 and angle 4 are corresponding angles. In this figure, angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding angles. Angle 3 and angle 4 are corresponding angles. In another way, if another angle is made in this way, lower part of the one parallel line. So another angle, lower part of the another side. Suppose it is 6. So angle 5 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. In this way you can find the corresponding angles. Next concept is alternate angles. Alternate angles are of two types, alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. These two lines are parallel to each other, L line and M line. It is a transversal P line. Alternate angles. In corresponding angles, angles made on the same side. But in alternate, angles made on the opposite side. If one angle is formed in this side, then another angle is formed another side of this transversal. These angles are known as alternate angles. Now, alternate interior angles are on the opposite side of the transversal. Suppose it is angle 1, it is angle 2, it is angle 3, it is angle 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now, angle 1 is made this side. So, angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5 are on the opposite side of the transversal. Here angle 1 and angle 5 are alternate angles. Alternate angles form on the opposite side of the transversal. Suppose angle 3 is made in this side. What is the alternate angle of angle 3? Angle 5. Alternate angles always form in the form of Z, forming Z. Angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate angles, and these angles are inside of the parallel line. So these are known as alternate interior. Inside means interior. Alternate interior angle. Now angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate angles, as these are on the opposite side. Angle 4 lies to the right side, angle 6 lies to the left side of the transversal. So angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. These are alternate interior angles. Now what do you mean by alternate exterior angles? Exterior angles means angles made outside of the transversal. Now exterior angles are angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8 are exterior angles. So angle 1 left side, angle 8 right side. So angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. Angle 2 lies to the right side, angle 7 lies to the left side and these are on the opposite side of the transversal. So these angles are exterior. So we can say these two angles are alternate exterior angles. In this way, you can find out corresponding angles and alternate angles. Thank you.